Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today I want to talk about long-term fat loss and maintaining the weight you've lost for a long period of time. I want to break it down into three main areas. So going into mindset, nutrition, and exercise. So we'll start with mindset and the approach we take to fat loss and maintain that fat loss and how we think about things. The most important thing I want to cover first is with your mindset, the only way you can fail at a diet, at fat loss, at maintaining fat loss, is by giving up. Because as long as you keep trying, you keep focusing on solving problems and being consistent, you will reach your goal. As long as you believe that you can reach your goal and you keep putting in effort, focusing on being consistent, you will get there. And the only time you'll fail is if you go off track of your plan and you just fully give up and say, this is hopeless, I'm never gonna lose weight. As long as you believe in yourself that you can lose the weight and that you keep putting in the effort and focusing on your consistency, you will get there. So things that will help you with that is setting realistic expectations. So understanding that you didn't gain all the weight that you gained overnight, you gained it over a long period of time. So expecting to lose that weight overnight is unrealistic. So you got to understand that that's not an achievable goal. So you can't expect to achieve that. Last thing I want to say on mindset is waiting for motivation to strike to take action is not a great idea. Taking action first, then seeing the results of the action that you've taken will be the way to get motivation. You'll be motivated by the results that you see from taking action. All right, so moving on to the nutrition side of things. So you've now lost the weight that you want to lose and you want to maintain that weight loss. What are we going to focus on with nutrition? Well, firstly, we're going to make sure you don't go back to doing what you're doing that had you gain all the weight in the first place. We are going to focus on maintaining a lot of the good habits that you've built whilst cutting, making sure that most of the time you're eating good whole foods, minimally processed food. You're going to make sure you're still prioritizing protein in your diet. You still want to make sure that you're prioritizing muscle mass and lean tissue, eating protein because it's nice and filling, you're not going to overeat. And also going to be prioritizing fiber, making sure your gut's healthy, making sure your digestion's healthy, making sure you're staying satiated as well. Most of the foods that are high in fiber are going to be foods that are just good and nourishing for your body, looking after your digestive system, your gut, your overall health. So minimally processed foods, high protein, high fiber. So you can see that a lot of this nutrition focus that we're doing to maintain your fat loss is the same things we're doing to achieve your fat loss, but they're also things to focus on just improving your overall health. The healthier you are, the easier it's going to be for your body to maintain a healthy body weight. But we also want you eating a little bit more than what you're doing when you were losing weight. So for example, if you were losing about half a kilogram a week, you could add back in about 500 calories per day to your diet, and that will be your new maintenance calories, and that'll be the amount of food you'll be able to eat to maintain your weight. And if you're strength training and if you're eating protein, you can slowly increase that calorie amount over time as your maintenance may be able to go up with your new muscle mass and your exercise routine as your body is getting used to having more calories. And we also want to have a certain focus on moderation in our diet. We don't want to be overly restrictive and cause ourselves to binge and have extended periods of time where we're eating foods that aren't aligned with our goals and our health. So being able to include those things in small amounts is definitely something you can now do now that you're not cutting and now that you're maintaining. So you can have these more calorically dense foods, these more sweets, more desserts in moderation, in small amounts, as long as they're not pushing your calories up too high, to make sure that you're living a good life and you're having the things that you enjoy. I would recommend keeping your alcohol consumption low. Just for overall health, alcohol is not the best things for us. It typically doesn't allow us to sleep well and get recovered. It's typically gonna cause you to have more calorically dense foods the day or the day after having it. It's gonna be dehydrating, and just for overall long-term health, it's not gonna be a great thing for you. And if you have someone that has tracked your calories to lose weight, you can continue tracking your calories to maintain your weight. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not tracking your calories. You want to make sure you're tracking your weight to see that what you're doing is maintaining your weight and not causing your weight to go up. And if your weight does go up, there's no reason to worry, because if you're still strength training, that could be muscle. And also, you already know how to lose weight. You're a master at losing weight. You've already lost weight before, so you can just go into that fat loss diet again and get your weight back down to where you want it to be. So there's no reason to stress if your weight does go up whilst we're just in a maintenance phase. So lastly, moving on to the training and exercise side of things, I highly recommend staying active, making sure that you track your steps and have a goal of daily step count, like that 10,000 steps a day, can be really good to just make sure we're moving enough to keep our bodies healthy and to keep our bodies burning calories, using up the energy that our body's consuming. It's going to be really good for your blood sugar and just overall health. So making sure you're moving each day is super important. I do highly recommend keeping strength training in your routine once you've achieved your fat loss to maintain that fat loss long term. Having more lean tissue on your body is going to help to keep your body fat percentage down because more of your body is composed of lean tissue. But also, the more muscle you have, the more calories your body has to burn in both maintaining that muscle and moving that muscle around. Also, making sure that you're using up the carbs that your body is consuming and then make sure that your blood sugar levels stay stable and making sure that you've got a strong body, a strong, healthy body that can do things for a long period of time. Strength training is the key to maintaining a great quality of life and maintaining your independence into your later years. And outside of just the health benefits that you get from strength training, you will get a lot of aesthetic benefits from strength training. You'll maintain that tighter toned look. You'll look more athletic and just built like a healthy human. But also that muscle is preventative against diseases and it'll keep you healthy. So if you can at least strength train 2 days a week, up to 6 days a week if it's something that you really enjoy and you want to do, but 2 days a week is plenty. You can get good results training 2 days a week. I don't want you believing that if you don't train 6 days a week, you won't get results, because you definitely can. One of my ladies I work with, she's almost 40 and she's just gotten to the stage where she can deadlift 100 kilos and all she's done is just train twice a week. And now she can rep 100 kilos for a set of 3 off the floor, which is incredible. So you don't have to train every day to be able to get great results. Now, doing cardio is definitely something that is great for health. If you don't have time, I would make sure you prioritize your strength training. But if you do have the time, you can definitely add cardiovascular work into your routine. Up to about 150 minutes a week is definitely a good recommendation. Both HIIT and LIST training are really good. So high intensity and low intensity steady state training really can be beneficial for increasing your heart and lung health. But if you only have the time to do one form of exercise, do your strength training first. So to summarize, with your mindset, just be lenient with yourself, but set realistic expectations. Don't expect yourself to be 100% consistent, but if you can be 80% consistent for the rest of your life, you will achieve incredible results and live a pretty good life because you still got that 20% of the time to spend on those occasions where you're around people having a good time. Nutrition and training wise, let's focus on health. Let's be really strong in the gym. Let's eat mostly whole, minimally processed foods, eat your protein, eat your fiber, and those are the things that will help you to maintain your fat loss long term. Thank you so much for watching. Please tell me what you want to hear about next. Please ask questions about the topic we've covered today so we can better get you information to get you where you need to be.